America and Mexico are close to each other. You gonna say it's the same thing?
They both They're North America, kind of. Yeah.
He said we both North Mexican.
Dude, we
Might be
talking
right,
about
right?
specific countries. Nah, Reg, no, he's not right, man. He's trying to weasel his way out, man.
Wow.
I never thought about it like that, bro. We North Mexican.
No, Reg, don't do that, man. No, Reg, come on.
It used
bro.
to be Mexico. It's North Mexico.
Get off the damn fence,
We're
Reg.
all
Stop
North
straddling
Mexican.
the fence. Reg be on the fence like this, man.
I'm just laughing at the audacity of this dude to say North Mexican. Like, what does that mean? North Mexicans, bro.
We're North Mexican.
We Southern Canadians.
I mean,
For
we
real.
could be. We could be Southern
They wouldn't claim
Canadian
us,
or
man.
North Mexican. The point is this.
Nah, it would be an offense to Canadians, man.
Welcome everyone to another episode of the Warmup, man. I'm here with the guys minus one. It's me, Chris Grizzly. As per usual, we got Young Villain, and we need a hero. Say what's up to the audience, to the crowd, guys.
What it do, baby?
Don't do that.
And if this is your first time rocking with us, man, this is a place where we talk about sports, black culture, culture and everything else in between through the lens of black culture, man. Check us out on the YouTube if you're following us on Spotify. Check us out on Spotify. You follow us on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend and tell a friend. And rate it, man. And do all that fun stuff, man. Give us some positive reviews or give us some negative reviews and tell us why until we can make it better for you guys. How y'all feeling out there, guys?
Hey, man, you ain't seen the reviews about vote Chris off the show?
No, that's non-existent.
I mean, I know somebody that's been putting it.
First of all, this is
There you go,
spreading false
this
misinformation.
is the thing. Exactly right. So this is the thing. The day I get off this show is the day James Dolan gets kicked out of ownership of the Knicks.
Ooh, that's the company you want to keep, Chris?
I'm just saying,
Hey,
if he ain't getting fired,
hey, Reg, you see how
if
he
ain't
rolled,
getting
man.
fired, if he ain't getting fired, I ain't getting fired. So
Yeah, he was happy to say that name too, man. Like, that's his homie.
this ain't Papa John. Papa John. This.
That's the William Wallace of this shit.
That's who's planting his flag next to, man. James Dolan.
Real.
I'm just saying, it could be Robert Kraft. It could be Donald Trump. It could be a lot of other people, but you know,
Donald Trump.
Trump. Donald Trump cousin.
Hey, look, I don't know how you got that dude saved in your phone, man. Donald Trump.
Look, hey man, be quiet before I call you an employer and tell him, man, to cease and desist.
Right, Charlemagne.
So, all right, man, let's get into these top topics, man. Playoffs, man. We're deep into the thick of things, man. We got a lot of entertainment going on, a lot of smack talk, a lot of juicy details we want to get into, man. Let's just jump into the ones that we want to talk about, which is essentially, man, starting from the top, man, the Memphis and the Jazz. Man, this is a very hard-fought series. It's really gritty, really grindy, really physical, a lot of trash talk, a lot of back and forth. And again, man, the Grizzlies ain't showing that they going away anytime soon, and the Jazz are letting you know, hey, we're number one for a reason. And we've seen the best of both teams so far. So, what are your thoughts on this matchup, guys? What y'all thinking, Young Villain? What are you thinking? I'll start off with you.
Yo, I gotta admit, man, I like what I see from the Grizz. I like them even last year in the bubble, man. Ja Morant came through, gave him a shot of energy, a shot of life. I like this new. I like the new rising Grizz, man. I love the grit and grind cats, but Ja Morant and them boys, they balling, man. And I think Reg touched on the last episode. You never know who's gonna have a hot hand on the Grizz, man. Mm-hmm. You never know. You never know who to check, who to stop. They doing it. They deserve to be in here. That's what I gotta say about that.
Okay, fair enough, man. That's good, man. I appreciate you giving love to the Grizzlies, man. They're definitely overlooked and underrated, but I know you still feel that the Warriors should have been there. So I know somewhere deep down in your heart.
You know it, man. You know it. But hey, like I said, we're gonna miss some highlights because Steph's not in there. But the best overall team, they're what they should be.
Okay. Good. Cool. Hero, you're up. Don't let us down. Like Hero.
I'm gonna have to agree, man. I really,
Where you at, hero?
I really like what I'm seeing over here from this Memphis Grizzlies. A lot of grit and grind. They don't got a whole bunch of superstars. They out here. They came out through the West. Very tough conference. We know that historically, a lot of competition this season. It didn't really click to me. It felt natural just watching the game, but the announcer kept pointing out, this is only his second playoff game, like referring to Ja Morant. He's been playing incredible. Reminds me of Hero, coming out of nowhere in the playoffs and showing up in a young age, like just playing at a high level, looking like he's been there. Yeah. And just delivering for his team, encouraging the team, the leadership on the floor, and the contribution to the game through points and everything as well. But that leadership is really there. Looks like he's already ready for it. They stole game one, but D Mitch came through and just made it a little hot for y'all, man.
Yeah,
threes was coming from all over the place. Rudy was over here just slamming and jamming, blocking shots, and just it was a tough game. Y'all stayed in it though. Y'all hang tough, but it's a tough loss.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. It's look. First of all,
Wait, Chris, you agree with Reg's analysis where he said that Ja Morant is like a hero?
With respects to living up to the moment, yes.
In the bubble, he lived up to the moment. Ja Morant lived up in the bubble and outside the bubble, man.
Are you saying
versatile.
Hero? Are
he's
you
a
saying
bubble
Hero?
guy and an out bubble guy.
I think I was referring to at his first shot in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Playing at a high level.
Hey, yo.
I think that's what he was agreeing
Hey, yo,
with.
I see you gonna be the
okay,
best tonight. You gonna be the
For real.
Cobra Commander out here.
Add a disclaimer in there.
Oh.
Put some respect on his name, man.
Man, I knew what he was trying to get at, man. You trying to start some trouble, man.
No, I'm asking for clarity.
Dr.
man. I'm asking
Robotic
for
out
clarity.
here. But yeah, man. No, I agree with the fact that yes, Ja Morant has been extraordinary. I think he is second, or he tied the most points in his first two games of his career as in the playoffs or whatever. He went past Luka, Magic Johnson, all those other cats who are obviously either going to be in the Hall of Fame or is already in the Hall of Fame. And just kind of like showed that even keel, that he's ready. Like he looked really seasoned, even though this is only his second year. He's only 21. And I think that's an easy story to have, but again, more importantly, it's about I will give credit to Taylor Jenkins, who has taken a bunch of no-name people, a bunch of young cats who don't really have that brand, have that name for themselves, and he's taught them how to play. Now, I didn't realize this. He's from the Popovich camp, so that's why I didn't really know who he was. And it took me a while to figure out his name, because he's relatively new as far as the head coach. I think this is his first head coaching career job. And he's been able each year to get a bunch of people who, the oldest player is 28. That's Giannis Valanciunas, to basically play together. He has Desmond Bain and he has Xavier Tillman, who are also rookies, playing in the playoffs in big moments, in big minute moments. And they're either knocking down shots or they're being held scrappy. And yeah, you do have Ja as your energetic leader, but you also have Dylan Brooks as your heart and soul of the team. And he's just, he's feeding off of that. When he gets into foul trouble, which they did have happen in game 2, then, and also the last season of the Golden State game, regular season, when he gets into foul trouble, like they don't have that spark, that heart, that almost equivalent to Draymond. If Draymond's out the game, if he's not playing, the heart's not there, and it's similar with Dylan Brooks. Like he wants to go at people. He wants to take their heart out. He wants to make people feel his presence. And so yeah, it's really great to see. And then again, you see Jazz. I'm really excited. I'm happy for all of them because they've been stagnant. And they've been in playoff purgatory for a while. And they have everything they need to win. They have all the pieces. They have a superstar closer. They have shooting. They have a steady point guard. They got defense. Gobert. So yeah, they're going to be tested.
You guys came a long way from, who was my boy that y'all Gave all that money to
Chandler
from Houston.
Parsons.
Chandler Parsons.
He's still
Yo.
on Instagram somewhere.
Got a question for you. Was it like game 1 or game 2 where he got his record scoring game? Ja Morant?
Game 2, 47 points.
Yeah.
That was his career high.
Yeah. Career high.
Yeah. So
And
I mean,
franchise high too, right?
no,
Might have been.
I don't think it's
Franchise.
franchise high.
Or
Franchise
second.
Is it franchise high too? I don't
The
know.
franchise
Might be.
record.
I
Yeah.
didn't know. Yeah,
It might be.
it could be. Yeah, it could be. I didn't see that part, but yeah, you could be right. I don't know who has the highest points in the franchise because
Yeah.
you know.
For a playoff game.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be for the whole franchise as a regular season too. No one knows who's gotten 47 points in our franchise. So, but yeah, like I said, man, it's pretty exciting. One of my favorite games series to watch. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty good. Anything on that before we move on? We can move on to the Portland Denver matchup if y'all want to. Unless y'all got something else to say about that.
Keep push.
Cool. Portland, Denver, man. We got the land of the Giants versus the two Davids on the opposite end, and Lillard and McCollum, man. They're trying to keep this thing alive.
You know, I wish Kev was here right now, man, because I remember a couple episodes back, I said Portland is too small. And Kev was like, they got all this size. He was naming the bigs, right?
Nurkic.
No,
Yeah.
he's not a star player on that team.
He
So,
disappeared.
but yeah, you can go ahead with the intro, man.
Nah, you fine. I'm gonna let
Yeah,
you
go-
cook.
keep going. Go ahead,
I'm gonna
keep
let you
going.
cut
You already
off, but
started.
Yeah, go ahead.
Portland, all right, so here's the thing, man. Portland, they need a big dude that can ball out. Carmelo, awesome, but he can't lead them, man. His days, that's in his rear view. He can help them, but he can't lead them. They need a big dude that can ball, man. I mean, you telling me all Denver had to do was put Aaron Gordon on Dame. Dame scored like 1 million freaking points in the first half, man. Like a gazillion points. Denver was scared. Gordon said, I got him. And that was it. That's the answer. When you have little guards as your best player, you put big dudes on them. We've seen this before. I love Steph, but that's how the Lakers got him. Down the stretch. Hey, LeBron. Hey, AD. It's time. Okay.
Yeah.
They draped them, man. What you gonna do? It's just you. You can't.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening with Portland now, man. I feel like I'm putting this not on Dame, not on CJ, not on the coach, putting this on the GM. You've had Dame and CJ together for I don't know how long. You had LaMarcus, you let him go during his prime. They haven't put players around Dame and CJ to help them grow and get past and get to the next stage, man. To me, that's their biggest downfall. And that's what hurts their defense. They don't have perimeter defense. You got two little dudes out there and who? They had oh man, I can see his face. He came
Dennis
from
Cantor?
Powell.
not. They had Rodney Hood last season?
Oh yeah, they did have Rodney Hood. He was inconsistent.
He was inconsistent, but they brought him in for his defense, but that didn't help out. Who else is on the wings that can help him out, man? Powell?
Anthony
Too small.
Simons.
Simmons? That's what I'm saying, man.
No,
They're not getting people to help Dame out, man. I wish if Aaron Gordon went to Portland, different series, man.
Yeah.
They need help. They need help.
Yeah, man, you hit the nail on the head, dude. Portland and Denver has always been about the land of the Giants. Jokic versus, David, and McCollum and Dame. Dame is going to get you as many points as he can possibly get you. He'll get you a 50 piece if that's what it takes. But Portland's issue has always been the same. They don't have any defense. They don't have any interior offense. And all of it is based on Dame and McCollum shooting their way to victory. Now they got Carmelo Anthony as a third option as a knockdown shooter. He's a catch and shoot guy now, which I like him, but he's not going to be your ISO heavy guy. He's not going to be defensively, he's not going to be your defensive stopper. He's not going to be your interior presence. So Nurkic is supposed to be that guy. He was injured last year. He's always hobbled or whatever. And man, this season, like this playoffs, you can tell easily tell the difference between a Happy Meal and a gourmet meal between Jokic and Nurkic. Nurkic is getting eaten alive. So
Nurkic came from Denver.
Came from Denver.
Yeah, he came from Denver.
The dude. So personally, you should feel, hey man, y'all gonna tell me I'm not as good as Jokic, or Jokic is better than me, and you gonna trade me off for him? I'd be like, man, that would be my Rocky montage, Rocky 4, all day. Like,
also on the other end of that, maybe Jokic just knows everything about him from practice.
It could be that too. But
I mean, maybe.
It goes either way. You go either way.
Yeah. So
Jokic is. I mean, one's an MVP, the other. I mean, like Chris said, man, he's always coming back from injury.
Yeah, that's true. So, here, what you got, man?
I just have to echo a lot of things you guys said. You know, Jokic showing why he's MVP. Just out here balling, playing at a high level, getting these assists. He got the court vision. You can't double him because he finds the open man. You don't guard him. He's shooting 3-pointers. They look ugly, but they go in. You know, what can you say? I know you be buying on the Dame time, but like we've seen the ceiling before. Seen it time and time again.
Yeah. But the thing is that Portland's demise is not because of Dame. Dame has done everything he could possibly do.
It's a lack of supporting Dame.
There you go. You go. And yeah, you're right. Jokic's shot got a good personality, because that shot is ugly, but man, it was successful. So yeah, man. Let's move on, man. We're gonna go ahead and put that in the coffin. Move on to this Miami-Milwaukee series.
Oh,
Man, Miami look like they're in trouble, man. Like I had a lot of faith in y'all in South Beach.
Me too, man. Like, especially like, you know, game one, it could have went either way.
Mm-hmm.
You expected more of the same. Like, that's how it was last season. But, you know, this not the same team as last season. You know, a couple pieces missing.
You only lost one person, man.
Yeah, but
One person.
Said, it's more than one person. But in terms of major, you lost
Leonard?
Crowder.
You lost Myers Leonard too, because
we did lose Myers Leonard. Kelly Olynyk's not there. There's a couple pieces that are just not
Kelly did put up some
there's a couple pieces that are not there. It's not just one piece.
But y'all got Bajencia though. Isn't his name Bajencia?
Come on. Anyways, like I was saying, the pieces that we did get that we expected to contribute were like Tyler Hero coming back and adding on to the success he had last season. It hasn't been here all season, and I thought maybe he'll just step up in the playoffs again. It's still not there at this moment. You know, Jimmy Butler, and it's not on any one person. It's just a struggle all across the board. The help that we did bring in, Oladipo was ramping up. He started looking promising. Got injured again, which was my concern. When, you know, people are like, oh yeah, I got Oladipo. I'm just like, we've seen that story before, and lo and behold, it happened again. It's not a shot at him. It's just what it is.
Yeah, man.
Are you saying CP3? I mean, he's the new CP3. Okay, we get into that later. Go ahead. I'll just throw it out there. I don't know.
It's different.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you have Jimmy Butler is not playing at the highest level right now. Game 2, when they lost, the highest scoring dude was Dedmon with 19 points. Like, it's been a struggle. So
buy out King, baby. Buy out King.
We'll see what happens in game 4, but they dug themselves in a hole being up 0-3.
0-3.
That is, you know,
that's suicidal.
Yeah.
I ain't seen no one punch himself out of a coffin yet. So
we'll see, man. I still appreciate all the hard work they put in this season, even if it ends here. It was, you know, a good effort. You know, especially with the shortened season, playing late into the last season, it's tough. We've seen a lot of teams struggle. Lakers are struggling coming back from the bottom. So we'll see.
Yeah, I hear you. Villain, what you got?
So you know what? I was looking at Reggie's name right here, man. We need a hero. I looked at his playoff stats, bro. Bottom line, bubble year, he was a bubble monster, right? 16 points as a rook, coming through the bubble, killing it.
Playoff monster.
Playoff bubble monster.
Playoff.
Outside the dome, though, bro. outside
Okay,
the
I
ears.
see what you're saying. So you saying that the playoff in the bubble don't really count.
No, how did you extract that from what I'm saying?
So you saying Aquaman is only a superhero in the water?
That's what I'm saying.
I like that. I like that one. The bubble playoffs, man, was legit, right? That was a whole nother scenario, right? I mean, I was gonna say it broke the Clippers, but it seems like a lot of things break them, so I can't use that as an example.
Wow.
But
Wow.
the playoff, man, in the bubble, something serious.
Okay.
Miami did their thing, laid it down. Tyler was a beast in the bubble, man. But outside the bubble, to Chris's example, outside the water on land, Tyler ain't doing nothing, man. 16 points he averaged last year in the playoffs. So far, these playoffs, 7 points, bruh. 7 points. Where the hero at? Where he at? Where's Kate? Who stole it?
Yeah.
Why he's not stepping up to the plate? What's the difference?
It's not just him though. Duncan Robinson's. It's just a whole structure.
And so here's my thing: with Tyler struggling, Duncan struggling, Dragic struggling, especially from behind the three,
Yeah.
everybody's crowding in on who? Jimmy
Yeah. And Adebayo.
That's
and
all you need.
Adebayo. So there's no space for them to operate, man.
So that's no one's fault but the role players. Role players aren't doing their thing.
Yeah.
When role players don't hit their shots, as we saw from some of these other series,
Warriors
or whoever. If the role players don't do their job, it makes it way harder for the stars to facilitate and get people open and be productive. So
It does. So here's my question, man: if you Pat Riley, and hindsight's always 20/20, right? Are you right now regretting the fact that you didn't give up Tyler for Harden?
I don't know.
So I think he went. I think he went to Harden and Duncan.
I mean,
I know Tyler was in there.
look, I don't know all the
I don't know.
details.
Yeah.
But if it's a 1-for-1 trade,
It wasn't 1-for-1.
yeah,
It was definitely wasn't gonna be the one for
One for
exactly.
one.
So
It was
if
picks, some money, and Tyler. But I remember Tyler being a point of contention. Like, nah, you're not taking.
Tyler is expendable. What are you talking about? He was a rookie, and you got a superstar now.
Yeah.
To pair with Butler.
I don't think it was just off the strength of Tyler. I think it was more so like they wanted picks.
But if you want picks, so you want me to trade my present and my future
Yeah, that's
for
the problem.
someone who is 32,
Yeah.
33 years old? Nah. Now, if it was just my present for what you got, like if it was just a hot swap, then yeah. But I'm not trading my
Anyway.
picks.
You had
I
to
give
trade
you
the whole
money.
Miami starting lineup almost. Just keep Jimmy,
Yeah.
and then give him everybody else.
I wouldn't even
Adebayo.
do that. Adebayo is
Yeah.
staying as well. 'Cause
Yeah, I
he's
think
also-
I think Adebayo might have been. It was too much. It was doing too much.
Yeah, see. This
Was it too much though? Because the Knicks gave up a lot of picks. They had picks though.
the
They had
Nets or the
picks.
You
Nets?
talking about the
The
Nets?
Nets.
Because the Nets ain't drafted well in their whole career, their whole
Yeah.
organization.
They did
franchise.
themselves a favor. It's like we ain't doing the drafting thing right. Let's give up the picks and get the superstar. That's just a win-win.
Yeah. So let me ask this, man, real quick. It's probably gonna be a quick answer. Do y'all think the Heat can get one out? Just one game.
I'm hoping they can get one out. I was trying to go to a game, but if necessary. I mean, we know they can. Like we saw game one, we know they can.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all try to test. It's not that different of a team. Like we know they can.
Mm-hmm.
Is they
Wait,
gonna
no,
do it?
Reg, she's talking about in real life, man, out on the PlayStation.
They had
Game one, it
What
was
are you talking
overtime.
about? That's what I'm saying.
Game one was overtime, and it was a freaking.
How long was game one? That was a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it was in a bubble.
You sound like the
These
Patriots
guys,
with the
bro.
Spygate, bro.
These guys.
I'm just saying, man. Reg might think they can, man. I'm gonna say I'm really shocked if they do, man. Philly, Embiid is on a mission, bro. Embiid is on a mission. He wants to take Philly further than they've been in the playoffs. He wants to prove that he's valuable.
You talking
And he
about
has
Giannis?
it.
Who you talking about? You said Ben Simmons?
I meant no. I meant
You
Giannis.
talking about?
My
You said
bad.
Embiid. I'm talking
I
about.
meant Giannis. Giannis is on a mission, bro. He wants to take them farther than where they've been, man. People are calling them not a bust, like they're equivalent to the Colts back when Peyton was there, man. The season, amazing, right? They were number one last year.
Mhm.
This year, they've been experimenting with different stuff, with playoff level stuff. and they sacrificed the number 1 seed, man. So I think Giannis is on a mission. Milwaukee's playing different now. They're giving the ball to Middleton more.
Yeah. You know, in a funny kind of way, this might all be Miami's fault. What happened in the
what they did last year?
Yeah, what happened in the bubble? Just showed them what their weaknesses were, and they went and just improved on it, and now here we go.
And hey, Drew Holiday, man.
Oh yeah, that's the difference maker. We ain't really sit on that one. Drew Holiday, like even in that game 1 win where they took over, a lot of that was Drew Holiday making big plays, contributing throughout the game. Like that seems like that was the missing piece for them.
Drew is a baller, man. He's always been a baller. He just never had time to shine because they made it to the playoffs once. I remember that one run with AD. I don't remember any.
But he was injured.
That
was the year that he was injured, though. Right?
He was injured, and then I don't know if he was injured or he took time off to be with his wife. She was sick or something like that. So it's stuff happened.
Complicated.
And now he's back and doing his thing. So I'm not mad at the team. I'm happy for the success.
Yeah.
And I would rather, if this is how it's gonna be, I would rather the better team go in advance than the Heat just continue to struggle and feel it.
So, all right, there's Randall.
Yeah, because last season, better team won. This season, if they don't win, it's gonna be the better team won.
But usually, isn't that how it is? Like best of 7 series, the better team usually wins.
I don't know. Like who knocked out the Hornets again?
Pacers.
Nah. And that's not a 7-game series though, to your point, but but you know, even the Heat, like if it was gonna be that, if they was gonna be struggling like this, I would have rather seen like the Hornets in it or something than the Celtics, you know, sliding all the way through, doing all that effort just to get knocked out like sweat. Like it would have been a better basketball if somebody else's. But you know, they did their best like you should. So I ain't mad at it.
So let me ask you this, man. Do y'all think the Bucks figured out their winning formula? They have Giannis as your grit and grinder, your you know, put the pale hat, you know, the workman's hat on. Yeah, the workhorse. You have your closer and Chris Middleton. I think that seems like that's the pretty standard de facto option now, Middleton. And then you have Drew Holiday, who's obviously an
playmaker,
Bledsoe.
Two-way player.
Yeah, and he's strong point guard. He could definitely play defense, and he could play on the other end too, and he can make points and make shots. So, y'all think they finally figured out the formula? Or?
I think it was a great addition, the missing piece, but we'll have to see in round 2.
Okay.
This could be Heat. It could be Heat, you know, struggling, imploding, and just continuing their struggles from regular season, or it could just be the Bucks just figuring it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Seeing how the huge drop off from game 1, it kind of seems the Heat are on the wrong side of this equation, but the same game does show us that you know, Drew Holiday and Middleton are being big contributors and taking some of that focus off of Giannis.
Okay.
I mean, I got to say, right. It's too early to tell, right? But we got to say, at least Budenholzer changed up his philosophy, because that was his big knock for him last season in the playoffs, that he didn't make any adjustments during the playoffs, in the games, halves, whatever. But like Chris, how you talked about, man, Giannis gets you to the goalpost, man. Then they give it to Middleton to take him over the line, right? That's a huge departure from what the Bucks started to develop into, as Giannis being the alpha to the omega, right? Giannis can get you 90% of the way, man, but they understand his limitations. You know, he's still growing as a player. It's phenomenal. Nothing against Giannis. It's a phenomenal cat. But when you have a guy that can shore up your weaknesses in Middleton, utilize that guy, man. And they didn't do that last year.
It's making tough shots.
Yeah.
Tough shots.
They did it last year, but they waited till Giannis was down with a hurt ankle to put that kind of load on.
Exactly. It was out of necessity, not part of the game plan.
Yeah,
you know, Middleton this whole season, ESPN was saying that all the media was saying Giannis needs a number 2. Middleton's like, bruh, I'm right here. Number 2. Giannis needs a number 2 the whole time. It's Middleton. He's like the weakest number 2 of the auto play.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know, he was listening to that all summer, man. Or
he's being more aggressive.
72 days that they had
all 2 weeks of the summer, part of the fall.
But he came in motivated this year, and they played different during the season to tune up before this. They used the season as an experiment.
Yeah, which is what you should do, right?
Yeah. So we'll see, man. And PJ, PJ Tucker, we can't. Just his addition, man, his mentality to add some toughness to him.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. Like Red said, it's too early, but I like what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good point too. I liked him in Houston, and he's just bringing that same swag over.
Exactly.
Feel ya. Okay.
And
All right. Yeah, man.
On to the next.
TBD, man. We'll see. I don't have nothing to add on that one, man. I'll let y'all go ahead, carry me, man, 90%, and then I'll come in and close at 10%. So.
Oh man, okay.
High Middleton.
I'm a strong number 2.
Ain't y'all both Chris with a K too?
yeah.
Wow.
With a K, man. So, all right, man. Let's move on, man. We're gonna move on to the West again. The Lakers and the Suns, which is probably the best 2-7, most dynamic 2-7 matchup we've seen in years, where the Suns are not even favored in this matchup. We saw Chris Paul go down. He flopped with the shoulder injury. You know, he sat down. Oh, my back, my neck, my back. And,
flop?
you know, I don't know. That's what they say about LeBron. So I'm just using the same narrative as they do with LeBron.
I don't think anybody ever says that
when LeBron falls
Chris Paul
down,
is a flopper.
when LeBron falls down, it's
When has
always
anyone
a
ever
thing.
said that Chris Paul is a flopper?
Let's just say this though. No, Chris Paul do be flopping, and he does get injured doing the flop. Like it'd be like a fake. It'd be like I'm a fake this, and it ends up being
He
something
really hurt
real.
himself.
Yeah, so like that's happened in the past. It's not the first time. We've seen it before, unfortunately. But I will say this: when LeBron be like, "Oh, I can't see," he goes on to hit immediately after 2 free throws and a deep 3-pointer, and then be like, "Oh, I still can't see." When Chris Paul's shoulder hurt, like we're seeing the signs of a shoulder injury. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Fun
And we're gonna
fact:
keep it
LeBron spends $1 million a year just to maintain his body. Maybe he can bounce back a little bit better than other people. Just saying.
What that got to do with his
eyes?
eyes? Wait, he put steel on his eyes?
Bro,
What that got to do?
look, I've never invested $1 million in my anything. I don't have $1 million to put anywhere. I'm sure.
When you're making
I'm sure,
LeBron money, you can do that, man.
I'm sure if I had $1 million, maybe my eyes a little bit better. Like it recovers a little bit faster. I don't know. I'm just saying. Speculative. I don't know. Speculate.
It looked like you spent $1 million on that Visine bottle. That Visine.
All right, man. Let's get to this, man. The Lakers and the Suns. Obviously, we've had some dynamic series of events. I can say that, man. We've had some pushing. We had some ejections. We had two games with ejections so far. Booker got
2
ejected.
ejections this game.
We've had Payne being ejected game 1. We've had Booker being ejected and Jay Crowder being ejected in game 3. And the Lakers are taking control of this series. So let me ask y'all this, just real quick, man. Do y'all think, because we had this discussion, you guys think that CP3's being compromised with his shoulder is impacting the ability for the Suns to close out games?
Yes. Absolutely,
Yes.
100%.
You're the only
And
one that doesn't think that.
I think the mindset of AD after game 1 just being aggressive has been a big difference too. I see a lot more aggressive, a lot more assertive. But absolutely. I mean, just to rebuttal that question, do you think that D-Mitch coming back and dropping buckets on y'all in Memphis made a difference?
No, it didn't make a difference. This is what made a difference with that game. To answer your question directly, number 1, you got Dylan Brooks in foul trouble, so obviously he couldn't be a pest. Secondly, he only scored 25 points. If you look at that spread of how many people shot threes and hit them, Jordan Clarkson was hitting threes, Royce O'Neal was hitting threes, Joe Ingles was hitting threes, Bogdanovich was hitting threes. This is what Donovan Mitchell on and off the court. It didn't really matter that much. Donovan Mitchell only scored 25 points, so. You know, again, that's fine.
So you're measuring his impact only in points.
Huh?
You're measuring his impact just in points.
No, I'm not. I'm measuring his impact is his ability to impact the game, and his impact was that he was able to get Dylan Brooks in foul trouble. He was able to score, and he was also on a minute restriction, so he wasn't playing like 43 minutes. He was only playing 20-something minutes. With him off the floor, they were still able to knock down shots. They were still able to do pick and roll with Rudy Gobert. These are things that, as a team, they were just
Rudy
clicking.
was killing y'all too.
Huh?
Rudy was killing y'all too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This has nothing. I'm not saying it has nothing to do with Donovan Mitchell, but I'm saying that whether he played or he didn't play, does not precipitate the ability for people to knock down shots. You knock down shots if you knock down shots. If you don't knock down shots,
Well,
guess
wait,
what?
so that's what you're trying to say about Chris Paul?
No, I'm saying this is what I'm saying about these Suns here. The Suns here are ranked number 2 in playoff positioning. They have a pretty good core. You know, they have DeAndre Ayton, who's still being productive. You still have Chris Paul on the floor. He's not
injured Chris Paul,
but
man.
he's not really doing Chris
He's
Paul
not
things.
Chris Paul. Yeah.
Every time they go on the run in the fourth quarter, Chris Paul has not been in the game.
Dude, okay, that's
Make it
your
make
only
sense.
claim to fame, right? It's 'cause of
I
that.
mean,
But here's
like,
the thing, though.
how
Phoenix suffers from like offensive droughts
Yep.
sometimes in the game.
Yep.
Chris Paul, we all know, is the point guard. He
Yeah.
can get the ball where it needs to be,
a
man.
crafty player.
He's an extremely crafty player, man.
He's not able to really utilize his dribbles and his finishing with that. And then also another thing he's not really doing is shooting the ball. They're not shooting a lot of 3-pointers right now. He's in the playoffs. I think he's been typically like just shy of 40% shooting the 3-point. He not. I haven't. Did he even shoot a 3-pointer this game?
I don't think
It
so.
doesn't matter.
You know who hasn't made a
Could it
3-pointer?
have been that the Lakers have schemed to get them off of the line and to double team and get the ball out of Devin Booker's hand to frustrate Devin Booker as much as possible?
That's
that
also
when
a
he
thing.
gets
It's a
upset-
lot easier. It's a lot easier when you got a hobble Chris Paul on the floor.
Exactly.
And I'll also say both teams really just focus inside. Like if you look at the shot chart, both of them were making a lot of points on the inside. It just seemed like one team was getting I looked at the final and it looked kind of similar, but it just seemed like one team was getting more calls than the other. It was a lot of silly calls in the beginning. Like I noticed that, you know, Gasol got like these quick back-to-back ones. I think they just got like in the very beginning got that 3-pointer one, but after a while it was just like, oh wow, okay. Like if both teams are playing pretty much in the paint only, Lakers just got to be the best defense if they just out here.
They are. And that's, you know what, to Chris's point, man, let's not forget that the Lakers are number 1. They have the number 1 defensive rating in the league. And they attained that with AD and LeBron missing a lot of time. So everyone else in the court was working. The Lakers, look, this game, I love this game. Remind me of like an early 90s game, man. Low scoring, defense, hard fouls, right? But Chris, don't underestimate Chris, the other Chris, impacting the game, bro. Like
It's because of the seat. It's because of the seat.
No, it's
it's
not
too many to
that.
take.
You know what? I give a lot of credit to Chris Paul and his ability to make the team more defensive minded and defensive focused, along with Monty Williams. I'm not going to take any credit away
Oh,
from
for
him.
sure.
But what what I've seen is two points, 2 rebuttals. One, he's on a minute restriction, right?
Chris, yeah.
LeBron James is also on a minute restriction, right?
They blow it though.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But was he or was he not on a minute restriction?
No.
We saw game 1, he was on
No.
a minute restriction.
No.
He wasn't on a minute
I think
restriction.
he was on game 1.
He was on a 20, at least 21-ish.
Listen, hold on.
Okay.
You asked me to answer the question.
Okay.
If you can say, I'm not going to abide by the minute restriction, you're not a minute restriction. Point play, period. We saw this against the Warriors. Oh, he can only play 21 minutes. Right back in it.
Yeah.
It's not a minute restriction if you're not restricted. That's an oxymoron.
If you only abide by the restriction.
Well, then guess
He has minute
Okay.
guidelines. They
Fair-
got minute target. They
fair
got
enough.
minute targets.
Fair enough.
They have minute goals.
Yeah, there you go.
Their policies are not rules or laws. I got
Yeah.
you on that. They're policies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll 3 minutes over. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Even if it was a hard minute restriction with Chris Paul, isn't it the coach's job to facilitate what minutes he plays? If that doesn't that include closing like the last 5 minutes of the game? Let's just say, okay, you don't play most of the third quarter. You come in the last 5 minutes of the game and you close it. Isn't that a plausible?
But you acting like you're seeing the healthy Chris Paul out there. Monty sees what he's seeing, man.
Yeah.
Chris Paul is in pain.
Yeah.
That's
It's
fine.
not. So you don't put him out there in closing minutes. You hope that Devin can.
We talk about when playing hurt, playing injured, or whatever the case is. You put them out. If somebody's on the floor, if they're better than the next man up with the hurt, put them out there. If they're not, you don't.
Okay. All right, man. Look, I'm gonna let y'all sit here and believe that the reason that the Lakers are gonna take this is because Chris Paul is injured.
Not the
No,
only
no,
reason.
no.
No,
It'll be
no
more
way.
competitive if Chris Paul
Yeah.
is healthy.
Yeah.
Don't twist the narrative. bro.
The games are done, and then the Phoenix makes a run every fourth quarter, and they get it within single digits. Every game so far.
I can't believe how you just crapping on Chris Paul like
It's
that.
not about Chris Paul.
We
Y'all are
are,
making
yes.
it seem like Chris
I
Paul is
don't
the
know,
reason
man.
that they're not winning these games. I'm saying
Would it
that-
be more competitive with Chris? Okay, would it not be more competitive because a healthy Chris Paul was out there? Keep
No,
in mind, a
these
healthy
are not-
Chris Paul almost took out the Warriors.
Are these
Those are
blowouts?
Houston.
though? Are these blowouts?
they're not blowouts.
They're
But
not.
that's the
What are
thing.
we
The
saying?
Phoenix team have been closing and been making these huge runs in the fourth quarter without Chris Paul on the floor.
And then making costly mistakes that Chris Paul could have helped mitigate.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine. I'm gonna let you guys. So who y'all got winning this series, man? Because what's the general?
I mean,
overview?
before the Chris Paul injury, I had Phoenix. I still like them. I still think they have a shot. But it's gonna be a lot tougher without Chris Paul. Just like if all of a sudden AD went down, you have to make an adjustment.
Oh yeah.
So the team is compromised. They're not going over. That's what you're trying to say.
If AD went down, what would you say?
If AD went down, I would feel like they got LeBron James. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm never
so they got
gonna-
Devin Booker.
Okay, well then, Devin Booker be an elevated version of Devin Booker.
Oh yeah.
So I
Or-
mean, an elevated. Okay, but you acting like he's not playing against the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
With a LeBron James who plays chess and AD who's like,
And
bruh,
one
that's
less,
why you're
and
not
one
top
and
five
one less
player in
and
the
one
NBA.
and one less chess piece on the board.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's the reason why you're not a top 5 player in the NBA.
Okay.
ooh,
That may be what it is.
I mean, do we not credit their run and their
Yeah.
a
In
the
lot of
bubble?
what's going on with no.
Oh,
no.
I was like,
No,
don't-
I'm not
don't bring
bubble.
up
I'm
the
not bubble man.
please.
We're talking about we talking about building on what they had from last year on the bubble
Uh-huh.
to this year, and we all sat down here and talked about Chris Paul and even putting him on the list for MVP and all these things, all these praises, and now we're like Chris Paul don't matter.
no, we're not like that. That's
No,
a
I'm just saying like
13
that.
spot.
That's the narrative
Look.
trying to be pushed.
No,
like, Chris Paul
Reg,
don't
call it. Put the dog on tail on the donkey, man.
Hey man,
Chris Paul. I mean, Chris.
We're not gonna say
Chris
anymore.
is
We're gonna
doing
move
that.
forward because
Put the tail on the butt.
I know people got jobs tomorrow. We gonna push it for it. Y'all the fans support us and go back a few episodes and listen to how we felt and talked about how Chris Paul and how
Thank
he was
you.
singing in praises. And then fast forward to today, be like Chris Paul don't matter.
Hey, I tell you what.
That's
though,
not what I said.
Yeah,
I didn't
Chris
say
is right.
that.
Yeah, hey, Chris with the C don't matter.
Hey man, don't listen to what I say. Listen to what the tape say.
Bro,
Listen to what he's saying
I-
now. Listen to what we said about CP3
Thank
and
you.
his
All I'm
contribution to the
saying
Thank
team.
you.
is
And then just make
the-
it make sense.
the
That's all I'm
facts.
saying.
The facts
Speak
speak
the
for
truth, Reg.
themselves.
You right.
The
You right.
Suns
That's what
made
Reg just
a
said.
run and almost made it a competitive game, or made it a competitive game without Chris Paul in the lineup. That's all I'm saying.
This dude saying Chris Paul ain't nothing.
Maybe that
That's
run
what
would
I
have put him.
said.
Maybe that run would have put them further if they wasn't so far behind.
Or
Yeah.
maybe it wouldn't have because he wasn't in, because the guys who was in the game who were ball handling and just like how they were spreading the floor. It was just
Chris, you acting like Chris Paul is like a G League player, bro.
Boss,
God
Ooh.
dang, man.
you on a 10-day contract.
Wow.
all right.
Time is
Hey,
numbered.
Reg, I ain't know who out here with Stephen A.
All right, man. Let's move on, man. Let's
Nah,
move
Skip
on.
Bayless, man.
Let's move on to the other LA team, man. Clippers, man. They're down.
What
They're
other
down,
LA
They're
team?
down. They down. They down.
What other LA
Possibly
team? The Dodgers?
out, man. The
The Dodgers?
Clippers. The other LA Los Angeles team.
The Dodgers?
Steve Ballmer
The Angels?
is the owner of the team.
He-
Kawhi Leonard, playoff P, is doing playoff things. They look.
But
the
he
thing
getting it, is he or is he not getting his numbers? I ain't really watching.
He's
I ain't
getting his
even-
numbers.
So
He's got
like
23
let's
points and 26 points respectively. He's
let's take it off. Let's take it off his show. He's doing what he's supposed to do now. Well, actually, he's doing what a star should be doing. I don't know if he's doing what he's supposed to be doing because I feel like
yeah.
everybody should be stepping up and playing some defense and getting a hold on this man called Luka.
Look. What's the future of the Clippers, man? Look, they're down 0-2. They're playing against
Not
a team that
positive.
don't even play defense
Not-
in the Dallas
not
Mavericks. Luka
positive.
does not play defense.
Nope.
What is it the future? Look, okay, do y'all believe they're gonna win?
You remember before Lob City?
Yeah.
That's where they going back to.
Wow.
I can't even name a player pre-Lob City. I can't. No
Oluwa
disrespect to anyone that
Candy.
played. Oh, the
Who?
Candy Man.
Darius Miles.
Who?
Oh, D Miles, yeah.
Oh, what's that guy name? He played for the Warriors. Tore all his knee up and came back.
Baron Davis.
No. He was on the championship team. You should know every championship player on that team.
David Lee?
The Fro.
With the
Oh,
the point guard, tall point guard.
Backup point guard.
Oh, Livingston.
Livingston.
Sean.
Wow, you really not a Warriors fan. You couldn't even remember it. I relied on you, #1 Warriors fan, for at least for 4 years.
Hold on, bro. I'm not
And
the
you
one
couldn't
calling
remember
Chris
his name.
Paul a
couldn't
D
remember his
League
name.
star, man.
You couldn't even no.
Anyway,
I'm not the one calling Chris
Look.
Paul a D League star.
What
Go
we
ahead,
gotta say
where we
about
at?
these
Where we at?
Clippers?
I didn't say anything.
Hey man, which one of y'all was talking about Kawhi Leonard and how he's known for defense? Who you guarding?
Well,
Yeah, that's the answer.
Well ain't a
looks-
good start. When you start with well, they ain't a good answer.
It looks like this whole team is guarding Luka, and they are getting just straight mollywop. No one can guard this point guard. 6'8". He's tall. He's big. He's stocky. No one can guard him. Marcus Morris can't guard him. Ty Lue can't guard him. Steve Ballmer can't guard him. Kawhi and PG together can't guard. Whose man's is this? This reminds me of when you go to the park and you always see this dude open under the basket.
You're like, who's checking him? And
Whose
nobody
man's
raised
is
their hand.
this?
Nobody raised their hand.
No, man, my bad. I thought I had him. I got this. Bruh, I'm gonna need y'all to play some defense. This is you got two wing defenders who specialize in two-way playing defense and offense.
PG,
Kawhi Leonard. You got two of them.
Hey, don't forget about Pat Bev, man.
Sorry.
he be tricking y'all, man. Westbrook been telling y'all about Pat Bev.
Okay. So look, is this series over? That's the real question.
I don't think it's over.
Oh, okay.
I want to say I don't think it's over, but I also didn't think we'd be here in this place. So I don't know what to believe. I don't see how it's possible because I feel on offense they're doing what they're supposed to do. Like we all know, Tim Hardaway's been stepping away. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s been stepping up and making big shots and a lot of contributions. But for the most part, we know what the play is. It's Luka.
They know the play. Every time you come down the court, you know the play.
It's
It's
Luka.
Luka. It's Luka and company. Like Luka shoots it, everyone else gets the rebound. Like, okay. Like, on a serious note, past 2 games, it's really been only 2 people who have scratched 20 points. Everyone else, Ibaka, Pat Bev, who else is on the team? Morris. Like, there's a ton of other players. There's 15 players on the roster. There's 2 players of 15 who scored 20 or more points, or even get to 15 plus. What is going on? Is this a coaching issue? Is this Ty Lue? Is he overrated? Some people say that he's overrated on this pod. So I'm just asking, is he overrated?
On this pod, there's people who say he's not rated. That's just it is what it is. We talked about this. We seen the huddles where Lou wasn't a part of the huddle. Like, we seen these things.
Did we?
And when it was brought up, it was like, oh, y'all put so much on LeBron. He ain't the player. He ain't the coach. He ain't the owner. He ain't the GM. Tyronn Lue is a good coach. Y'all just don't give him the credit he deserves. All right. Now we asking, is he overrated? Yes, y'all was overrating him.
Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. So, like, you got Pat Bev, and you literally have playoff Rondo sitting, ready to play, man. And what does Lou do? He plays Pat Bev in game 2, 23 minutes. And he plays playoff Rondo for 19. Playoff Rondo had better stats, better advanced stats in that 19 than Pat Bev had in his 23.
Yeah.
And who did he close the game with? Pat Bev. So I mean, look, advanced stats love Rondo, but I get it. That's science.
Yeah.
Might not know how to map that. I get it.
Yeah.
But the eye test, man, and nobody scratch. I don't have a Draymond scratch in my eye, right? I got the 2020. When I look at it, I can see Rondo's playing better than Pat Bev. Everybody can see that. Everybody in sports media has been talking about, hey, why not play Rondo more? Simple, right?
I think the reference you meant was the LeBron scratch to the eye, because it was
But
LeBron
who
who
scratched
got
him,
scratched
though?
in the eye, not Draymond. But anyways, that's fine.
Who scratched him though?
It doesn't matter who scratched him.
Draymond scratched him.
Another question about this Clippers team. There was a lot of chatter. Is Doc Rivers showing favoritism? Why is he playing this Montrez guy? Zubac, he's the man.
Yeah, I forgot about Zubac. Again,
Exactly.
Single-digit points.
Because I can tell
Starting
you,
center.
I wasn't a Clippers fan. I like what they was doing. I wasn't watching every game, but he wasn't forgetting about Montrezl Harrell when he was playing. I know he had struggles in the playoffs. I don't know if it was the personal stuff going on. You know, it was a tough year. He had, I think his grandmother passed. There was stuff going on.
Yeah,
he didn't have the greatest playoff run, but damn it if you ain't remembering.
Oh yeah. That's a
the
valid
energy
point.
plays. That's the thing about players like that. Even if they're not having great numbers, they're making those hustle plays, those intangibles, and just getting that team, keeping their team in it. What's he doing?
You're right. Man, look. Okay, let's wrap this up, man. Mavs and Clippers. Y'all got something that y'all really want to put a pin in or speak your last piece? Oh, the Lakers making it. Y'all ain't even positive that the Lakers are gonna make it out. The Clippers are gonna make it out of this.
Are they gonna make it out?
I mean, are they gonna get kicked out? Like, where are they going? Are they staying home or are they moving on?
They're gonna make it competitive. I think they're gonna make it competitive. I think.
Okay. What do they gotta do to make it?
Lou needs to change up the coverage on Luka, man. Throw a couple of guys at him. Maybe not double, because when you double Luka, the dude will see the whole court, bro. He's vicious with those passes. So one-on-one, man, let Luka do what he does and simmer everyone else down. Because they tried to stop Luka. That didn't work. For 2 games. You tried twice.
I agree with you, because I feel as though if you double teaming Luka and he's dropping 39 on you, just go ahead. Without doubling, you can hold Porzingis lower than 20. Tim Hardaway Jr. Just make sure he's not wide open on the 3-point line. Like you could.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I hear you.
I mean, I can make sure he's not wide open in the 3-point line. Now, if he doesn't move, I can't stop him. But I can make sure he's not wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel you. Okay.
And Kawhi scoring 41 and Paul George scoring 28. That should be enough.
Well,
Where's the rest of the team? Where's the rest of the
You're
team?
right.
That should be enough.
You're right.
You're right. All right, man. We'll keep an eye on that one, man. It might not last too long, but we'll keep an eye on it. Knicks.
They do.
Knicks in Atlanta, man. This has been a very feisty competition. You got the Knicks fans rowdy, spitting on people, calling for Trae Young to play fair. De Blasio, like stop looking for the foul. You got Trae Young out here trash talking, reminiscent of Reggie Miller.
Oh man, I love Trae Young. Is like my new favorite player, man.
I see. I can tell.
I love Villain Trae, man. I love Villain Trae.
Y'all forgot why y'all didn't like New York being in the playoffs. The fans, bro.
Yo, the fans.
Hey, look, I didn't know they had Hawkeye on the damn on the sidelines over there.
Yeah, man. Hey, this is a great thing to see. You know what? I'm not even mad at it. Knicks fans, if y'all want to be rowdy, a little bit borderline, I bet you'll have line steppers, man. I'm okay with that.
Just stop the spitting.
Definitely.
Yeah, don't do that crap, man.
So real quick, man. We know the series is great, but let's get to this spitting thing, man. So, fan had the audacity to spit on Trae Young after they lost.
Over 50 shoulder. Oh.
What? Okay. number one, we know that's all wrong, so let's not even go there. Let's just go to what the repercussions should be or how they can move forward and learn from this. Like, is this something that we can that the NBA should handle more harshly against these fans who are getting out of pocket and getting out of line against the players, just to protect the players? These are your business partners.
Absolutely, they did this on national television. We shows doing it, put on the jumbotron, let everybody know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Don't give them the discreet, treatment and protecting all that. We don't want to dox them or send threats, but like let people know, okay, this what you doing? Like in a pandemic, you spitting on people? Is what you doing? Yeah. Like, second of all, like why is the punishment so lenient? Oh, we're banning them or suspending them, whether it's indefinitely, forever, whatever the case y'all doing. You do that outside to a person, that's assault.
That's an aggravator.
Do it inside. If you go to somebody's job right now, spit on them, that's assault.
You put your DNA on somebody else.
Yeah. Why is that any different?
Yeah.
Inside of the stadium, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's setting these guidelines or who's protecting. I don't know if if it becomes like Madison Square Garden / James Dolan that makes these decisions, but like it shouldn't be there. We got police officers there, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Y'all could arrest Charles Oakley.
Mm-hmm. All he did was push about it because he was all up on the phone. So
y'all was over here asking Patrick Ewing if he belonged here.
Yeah.
When the Warriors won and they went down to celebrate, y'all had a cop ready.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So, like, what's going on? What's really happening? What are you really trying to tell us? He was there, with all the Black Lives Matter stuff and all that, but when it's time to step up and protect Black lives, y'all ain't doing it. What's up?
You're right. Villain, you got something, man? Tre Villain.
Hey, man, he and everything. Like, Tre Villain, young Villain should be able to do his thing, man. Let him cook. Let him do his thing. Let him entertain the crowd, bro. Let him try to take a team to victory. Yeah. Don't spit on him, man.
Yeah.
Like you, I bet you my whole paycheck, if that fan saw Tre in the streets, he would not spit on him.
Mm-hmm.
Dude felt entitled. He felt protected, like Red said, man. Yeah, I think the NBA needs to step that up, man. You got to protect your players, man. They protect the game. Mm-hmm. Everybody else came there to watch a game, to boo, to cheer, do what we do as fans. Yeah, you talk some ish, not to spit.
Yeah,
don't make.
And you got Russell Westbrook getting the popcorn dumped on him, walking out with an injury.
Mm-hmm.
You got was there another one?
It wasn't really
Ja Morant,
but his parents
catching racial slurs.
Yep.
You got Kyrie putting it out there. You know what's gonna happen when we go to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm expecting. Like it's a pattern.
It permeates throughout the league. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Kyrie, man, because people were ready to cancel Kyrie because he wasn't showing up the games. He was doing some other stuff. He's a basketball player. You're supposed to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You're an NBA fan. You're supposed to freaking watch the game.
Yeah.
Conduct yourself.
Do your job and watch the game. Yeah, man. The only thing I would add to that is they need to make it more punitive. So obviously, like that's a way to resolve this issue is that if they know that they can be charged for assault or something more, felony assault or whatever you just want to call it, just to like whatever the worst you can find, just make it so that first of all ban them. That's fine. I have no problem with banning them ban
them from every stadium. Though. So what I've read, it's just that individual stadium.
Yeah. Put them on a list. They can't buy tickets. They can't do this. I mean, there's always ways around it, like a pseudo name or whatever.
Make them work.
But because they don't check IDs at the door, like for the
that is true.
They don't do that.
Good points.
But on top of that, I do think that they should be charged. They should be charged just like you be charged on the streets, just like you said, Hero. And it should be either that, it should be hate crime or whatever it is that they can find for like the heckling, or even in Salt Lake City when Westbrook got called the N-word from a fan, they should be equally, like if there's a way to charge someone for doing something that is obviously overtly disgusting, from a societal standpoint. Let's just do it. Like, what is the hesitancy to pulling the trigger on those things? If you are saying Black Lives Matter, or even if you aren't even saying that, you're saying all lives matter.
All lives.
Yeah. Like, I mean, hey, if Gordon Hayward got called something that he felt offended by, or that is, whatever, he should get the same protection. Like, so yeah, I definitely agree on that, and hopefully the NBA figures that out either this offseason or as soon as possible.
ASAP.
Yeah, to get that. That should be a point. That should be a point of emphasis for the league offices to take care of if they want to protect their assets. Because otherwise, players are gonna stop. One player's gonna get upset like Westbrook and get through.
We've seen it.
Malice in the Palace Part 2, and y'all gonna be out here like, the players are so out of line. Nah, bro. You spit on me, y'all didn't do nothing. I'm gonna go do something, and I mean, it only takes one time. So, yeah, man, let's clean up before it gets out of control.
I've been in the stands before.
Exactly. So, but as far as this Knicks in Atlanta game, besides the spitting, man, it's been highly volatile, man. Trey Young talking trash. The Knicks fans talking trash. They got to go to Atlanta now, man. It's going to be talking trash. It's just going to be a high volatile, high tense moments, man. It's going to be hella grindy, hella gritty, and it's going to be 100% entertaining. What are y'all thoughts on this matchup so far, though?
I mean, the Knicks, surprised us all season, and then I thought to myself, wouldn't it be a Knicks thing to do this to surprise us all season and come to the playoffs and show us who y'all always been? Because they looked like they was about to go down 0-2 in the Garden, but they turned it around and made a run last game. Rose looked like almost unstoppable. He just kept making play after play after play, keeping them in it. Other people were stepping up. I feel like Randall was kind of struggling at some point, but he started rolling, and they got the W in the end. So, so now Atlanta did what they were supposed to do. They stole one. So let's just see how this goes.
I think Atlanta was part of the game one. I mean, what caught me by surprise, it took me like a quarter to get used to it, was Gallinari's mohawk, man. Like that, I think that threw New York off.
Yeah,
because it threw me off.
Threw me off too.
I think that's how they got that win. I think they're used to the haircut now. They might come back. I am worried about how the Knicks role players are going to play on the road, especially now the fans are coming back in. That changes the whole atmosphere, bro. Because we saw from this season, road teams and home teams, it was about 50-50 win percentage, man. There was like no home field advantage, home court advantage. Yeah, but now the fans are back, man. That pressure's back on. So
that Garden was crazy, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was good to see, though, man. You ain't seen New York Knicks fans in a hot minute, almost a decade. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the extra, but what I would do is ask this question, man. Trey the Villain, man. Is this something that y'all are feeling? Y'all liking, loving, or hating this Trey the Villain?
Check my name, Young Villain. I like it, man.
I like the energy. I like the back and forth between the crowd. I like when people can, as long as people keep it, in entertainment space and don't cross lines. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Any extra thoughts on the New York Knicks and the Hawks? Or are we good?
Looking forward to see more.
Hey, exactly, man. I can't wait.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll let that go, man. We're gonna leave it right there. I think that's all we got, man. We're not even gonna touch on the Boston and the Washington. Those are done.
I don't think they touching on the games either.
So they just showed them to get paid. What you trying to say?
They playing their hearts out. Marcus Smart was out here doing this thing, trying to help as much as he can, but doing that. Like I said, anything they need. He's knocking down threes, big shots, all that. But it's just, we seen it. Even the way they got here. Yeah. How many times y'all expecting Tatum to put up 50+ point games? Like that can't be the recipe.
Yeah, right.
Nah, that's not it.
Jalen, not a shout out to them, but Jalen Brown's injured. It's just one of those seasons. Clay's injured. It's one of those things. Like they were already struggling. They finally seemed like they was getting on track. The band was back together. Kemba was, he's still wishy-washy. Sometimes he's there, he's doing great. Other times he's not. And boom, the Jaylen Brown thing happened.
Yeah. What about the Philly? We just gonna leave that.
Philly's
just a better team.
Yeah, they're beasts, man.
Yeah, they're doing what they're supposed to. What they've been doing. The reason they're highly seeded. Reason that Embiid was an MVP candidate for as long as he was. It still is, right? He's a finalist, right?
Yeah, he's still a finalist. Defensive player of the year. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what's going on there. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, that's it, man. That's all we got for you guys today. Let's go ahead and wrap this up there. Villain, you got something you want to say as you leave the palace?
Hey, you know what? They might, like you said, they might need to bring back Malice in the Palace, man, to put some of these cats back in line, bro. But yo, I'm interested to see how everything we talked about, man. I'm looking at Chris Paul. I hope he watches his pod. I hope he plays his heart out to show you wrong, man. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, all right, man, that's good. I'll let you believe that. Hero, you got something?
I want to add on to that. If Chris Paul plays the additional minutes and they get that W, what you got to say? Can we get a guarantee?
Guarantee on what, man? What do you want?
You know, like
You've been wanting these guarantees for 2 weeks now. What is it that you want? What do you want from me?
A guarantee.
I guarantee that I would watch the game objectively and I would tell you what happened. And if I keep seeing data points, I'm going to tell you the data points and see the trend line. Right now they're lucky. Third time it may be a trend. Actually, third time was a trend. I'm gonna tell you.
All right, man. Just thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch us on YouTube. Catch us on Spotify. Catch us in these streets. Just don't spit at us.
Thank you. Because I will be pressing charges. But yeah, man.
Officer was him.
But yeah, man. This is Chris Grizzly. Shout out to the Grizzlies. And also, shout out to the fans, people who are watching this. Like, comment, subscribe if you like it. Thanks for rocking with us for another episode. Again, if you're hearing us on the pod, check us out on the vid on YouTube. If you see us in the YouTube, check us out on the Spotify side, man. There's a link in the description box on both sides to send you to the opposite side, the video or the audio. So other than that, man, I'll let everyone else go, man. Y'all have a good night and stay safe, man. Until then, peace.
Holla.